Hey Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today to share with you a layout I created using the July 1st stuck sketch. This is the sketch. It calls for a large title and 2 pictures. And this is what I made with that sketch. Instead of the 2 4x3 pictures, I substituted a 4x6 and I did go with the large title. I used this Pebbles collection from a couple of years ago, and I decided that I wanted to add some mixed media to the white background, and it's actually a white grid background. The grid is in pink, but I wanted a little added color just to add some visual interest to this. And I've had fun playing with my new oxide distress inks, so I just did the packaging technique with the distress oxide inks. And I found with these that they are less drippy, I guess is the term that I want, and so you sort of have to drag the packaging across the paper in order to get the smushability of the mixed media as you would like, or the ink as you would like, and it is easier to lift up the packaging, as you can see I've done here, and get different smushes of ink. I knew that the picture was going to be in the center of the layout, and so you can see that I didn't put ink in the center of the layout. However, I probably should have put a little bit more to cover that top part, but I actually like the way that it turned out. The oxide inks don't blend quite the way that other inks do, and so you get layers that sit on top of each other, which is kind of cool. And so that is going to be my background, and the paper's pretty warped. I need to actually sit it under a couple of heavy books for a little while, and I wanted a little bit of an added color to this, so I took some Heidi Shine and in 3 different colors, so also that yellow, that pink, and that blue, and just splatted around some Heidi Shine for some added color to this background. So there's the pink, and then we're going to have the blue color coming up soon. So then from there, that was the background created. I'm going to go ahead with the sketch and put the picture in the center, and I want to back that. And at the sketch, on the sketch, they had what I call header. So I used this ripped cardstock as the header, and I liked the header going all the way across the page, so I did that. It just added some unity to ground the busyness of that mixed media that I had put in there. And I knew I had this bloom cut out from something else that I had used, and I really wanted to use that, which is what prompted me to use this collection from Pebbles. So that's the sunshine that I ended up choosing. I used my X-Acto blade and I just fussy cut some of the flowers so that they would pop up from the corner of the picture. I actually did the bottom first, but I didn't like the way that the bottom sat. So you'll see me slot the picture in and decide that it's too heavy. So we'll go for the top, which worked a whole lot better. And I did trim off some of the edge of this pocket card in order to have less orange and just a little bit more balance around the picture. Adhere that down, and you can see this is where I trim off, just so that it just provides a hint of garden and a hint of base there. I found this little card that came with the collection, and that was a perfect place to put some hidden journaling with the mixed media and the garden that I've created to go with the bloom title. I didn't want the journaling visible, and I have made a conscious effort lately to include story with each of my layouts, even if it's just a word or two. So I've just used a little bit of these ephemera to create my garden scene. couple of flowers, and on the sketch there was a second strip up the top there, and you could see I tried a couple of things, a piece of pattern paper, a little bit more of the ephemera up there for that second strip, but I actually end up just leaving it the way that it is. With the chevron it's kind of busy, and so I just left that. So here I create a pocket with my double-sided adhesive tape so that the journaling card sits in there and doesn't get lost behind the back of the picture. Pull off that double-sided tape, make sure that card fits and you can see it, and then put some extra adhesive so that it all sticks down nicely. And that is where I can hide my journaling so that it's not an eyesore on the rest of the page. So I struggle with this word bloom. I really like it, although it could have been a shade darker. I could pull it off the page and go back in and ink it, but when you look at it up close, it actually works much better and is much more visible. To add to my title, so my title reads, "You Make My Heart Bloom." I use these yellow letters from Pink Fresh Studios for heart. And I'm just sticking them on some wax paper to make sure that I line it up in a pleasing manner. And really there's not much more to this layout other than the title and the big picture in the garden that I put there. That mixed media background with the Distress Oxide inks really sort of jazzes the layout up. And I get distracted by these flowers and want to put them down because I'm not sure what letters I'm going to use for "You Make My Heart." I will put these gray ones down for "you" and "my," but I will tell you that later on I off camera do take those gray letters from Simple Stories back off, and I put in some green Simple Stories stickers instead, and you'll see those in the close-ups. And I decided I wanted to do "make" in a different font as well, so I have these alphabet stamps from Cocoa Daisy. These are from the May kit, I want to say, and the planner kit. And so I stamp out in pink because I have a lot of that hot pink color in the layout, and it's just an outline, and I will go in later with a marker and just color in to make that a little bit more visible. And then the Simple Stories stickers. These stickers are fantastic. If you need some basic stickers and don't ever know what to look for these Simple Stories sticker packs. I have them in every shade color, and I use them a lot for my title work, especially for these smaller words like "you" and "my." You could use them for the whole title if you want, but it's fun to have all the different colors that coordinate with different things. Peel off the backing of this wax paper, line it up, and voila, quick and easy lettering done. Then it's just time to adhere everything down, and that is my interpretation of the July 1st sketch. There are some great prizes as always, and there is a link in tool on the home page, so if you create something, please do link us up so that you can be eligible to win prizes and we can leave some great comments for you. If you have any questions for me, please don't hesitate to ask. Fill in the comment box below. If you don't subscribe, I would love for you to join me so that you can see additional projects that I have coming up to share. And oh, I forgot. I used a little bit of twine behind the flowers on both sides. Not twine, string, thread. It just added a fun, flary element to the layout. But that is literally all my layout. I do, again, off camera, change those letters. And then one other thing that I did add was I used a Cocoa Daisy stamp on the end of the bumblebee and put just a little flying path in there, as well as a sticker at the bottom that says "Full of Wonder." I have these stickers that sit on my tripod legs that I wanted to use on layouts and never find homes for, and so it's kind of fun to look up at my tripod legs and decide which odd element, additional element I'm going to add to my layouts. So in a minute, we're going to call this done. That is my interpretation of the July 1st sketch. We would love to see you play along. Thanks for stopping in today, and have a great 4th of July.